Hello and welcome. My name is Sabi. Today I'm going to explain to you how we can achieve more in less time. Maybe you feel stuck, um, even though you are doing the work, but you don't feel that you're actually progressing. I can help you understand why this happens and actually what to do about it. I hope you enjoy. So let's take two examples. There would be day A, which would be maybe an average day for you or just simply a bad day. When you wake up, you feel tired. You don't really feel um, super high on energy. So this is the typical thing that, okay, so where's my coffee? This is the start of the day. And then you try to drink more and more coffee just to get yourself awake really and be able to perform anything. When you go to work, it feels hard. You you're just dragging yourself really through the motions, but you don't enjoy it. You feel that everything's difficult. Your communication is very superficial. You just, yeah, you don't feel good really. Then, even though you put the food in your body, so you theoretically have all the calories and all the energy in your body, you still feel tired and feel the lack of energy really in you or enthusiasm to perform any action. And you really can't get yourself to do it, or it might be even like a big struggle. And to ease off, you might want to get a drink at the end of the day just to relax and maybe let's just get through this. And there's the other day when you wake up energized, you feel clear, you feel vitality in your body, and you just want to jump out of bed and okay, so let's do this. Let's make the best of this day. And you feel focused, you feel centered, you're full of energy. Might you didn't eat much, but still you can go on, and it feels really good. This whole day feels like flow, like anything comes to you, the normally the people who annoy you, you just don't don't make much of them. You just easily discard them and go on with a smile, and the whole thing feels very, very good, even in your body. So you feel like, okay, so I'm very efficient now. I can handle problems easily, much faster and quicker, and I actually have good ideas coming to me, and then I'm getting through the day, and you know, I already have finished the day's work that I planned at lunchtime. So I'm actually efficient. I really enjoy this. I want to do more. Okay, so what can I do? How can I make this day better? And you feel like you can't get even tired, and you really want to do more. All right, so this would be day B, which would be, I think, for most people, the ideal day, and this is what we want to try and recreate. All right, so how amazing it would be to have B days in the row, the B days, best days in a row. So how much more efficient, how much happier, how much um, how different life could you live if you were able to create this or recreate this ideal day few days in a row or even endlessly? How fast could you go in your life, and how much easier you could achieve your goals? It would be ideal to find out how can we recreate this, and how can we do it consistently. So yeah, you might have tried it already on days when you feel a bit slower or just dull, maybe angry. That okay, so I understand that this is not the day I want to have, so I'm going to sit down and try and meditate. But it feels like these thoughts come back to me, and even though I want to think happy thoughts or clear thoughts, I feel like there's a wall. So I'm sitting there for 20-30 minutes and nothing really happens. And yeah, it's like hitting a wall, really. The feeling is that I'm trying, I'm doing the work, so to speak, but nothing really happens. Why the hell is that? Okay, so now we know what we don't want, but what is it really that we want? So, in order to understand how we can recreate these best days intentionally, we need to understand first what influences us in feeling like that and performing like that. So what we want to recreate is that ideal, we can call it perhaps a flow state, when I'm feeling great. So my body feels great, my mind feels clear. I'm actually, there's no hesitancy or lag between thinking and acting, because what I'm thinking I'm actually doing, and I'm ready to do it, and I have all the energy to do it, and there are no questions or ifs or buts. I'm actually doing it. So my actions, so my body and my mind are in sync. So to do a bit of a deep dive in this, we have to look at what flows in our body, right? We also have to find out what, if it's the body and the mind is in sync, it means actually, in terms of frequencies, that they have the same rhythm. They are on the same rhythm moving together. Also, so we have to discover what has rhythm in our body, and also, since it feels like a wall, like an impenetrable wall, we have to understand what can make us feel like there is one minute there's this wall, and how we can get rid of that wall. So what acts like an on-off switch in our body? So as we go through our experience, we tend to think that, okay, so I'm here in an environment, I'm this happened to me, someone talked to me, or just the sun is shining, or whatever. So I'm in this experience, and the way I'm translating this experience is based on either previous um, similar events that I've been through, or I have a new situation and then I feel a certain way, and this are all stuck together. So one unit of memory has the feeling in it, the environment, um, the thinking pattern also. So like, how did I translate it to myself? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? And these are stuck together. We do have our reticular activating system in our body, which very simply put means that if you have a feeling in your body, really, or mind, doesn't matter where it is, but if you have this feeling, then your reticular activating system will bring you all the similar feeling events that happen to you. So in terms of a search engine, if you think about this like that, so I'm feeling sad. So your mind is going to find you, or feed you actually, the same events that had the same feeling. So you are going to essentially remember what this, what similar feelings, so what similar events felt like, and this is going to be in the forefront of your mind. It works the other way too. So when you have a certain association with, let's say, a car or cars in general, it will bring up all the information that you have about cars, and those could be various memories in terms of how they felt. And why it's important, because the feeling, the kind of search engine, is a much stronger thing. So what you understand is that if the thinking pattern, feeling, and the translation to you are tied together, it will mean that there is a sadness and sad thinking frequency, and it will also mean that there is a happy feeling which is tied together with a happy thinking pattern. And this is what is very important. And the feeling is the stronger in terms of this search engine. So what it actually means for us is that we think differently based on our feelings, because this reticular activating system will activate different kind of thought patterns, thinking patterns, based on our feelings. And this will feed us the memories that were similar to this specific feeling. So if we want to create good feeling days, then we can easily understand that by choosing a frequency deliberately, as in terms of feeling frequency, also we are changing our thinking patterns. So on a happy day, on the day B, when you are easily flowing, so with your body it feels everything good, you feel flexible, and also your mind is clearer, these are tied in. So when we choose the feeling, it will automatically mean that we are going to think differently. Thinking differently means that from the same thing, so there's a thing that we perceive as a problem from the confused state or energy deficient state, which we call day A, and the problem is going to be like a wall. Okay, so what do? I have to fight this, I have to muscle this through, versus day B, when you think, a problem, no worries, I can fix it easily, and then poof, okay, there's a solution in my mind. So it doesn't make you stuck, but you won't interrupt your flow, you just go through it and it's easy. So if you can select and specify and prime, so you're like choosing your frequency deliberately, which would be based on the feeling, so the happy feeling, then you are automatically choosing your higher efficiency thinking state. And what you can do is, since we understand that, okay, in day B, our body feels good, I can easily remember how my body felt. How does it feel? Does it feel light, right? I'm flexible. It's very easy to approach it, this state of mind or thinking pattern, better thinking pattern, by simply remembering how we breathe, how we handle our body, how light or heavy we feel, how energized we feel, how we breathe, especially. Like, is it easy? Is it rhythmical? Is it the temperature of the air? It can be very easily recreated like that. So if we want to recreate this experience, we know that our body feels good when it's well hydrated. Water flows in and out of our system, so when we get dehydrated, then our nervous system will automatically shut off our creativity. And in terms of the nervous system, there is this state called fight or flight or freeze, which, if I'm fighting, I have my guards up, right? It means that this is kind of like the wall that we were thinking about. Okay, so I'm all about the body. I'm trying to fight my way through resistance, which again, it's easy to remember. So fight or flight state, so the stress state in the nervous system is that I'm going to want to fight this obstacle that I have, right? And want to break through it. And the only thing is that when we have this thinking, we just have to stop and recognize that, okay, so I'm thinking like this, which means that my body is in that state. So what I can do is drink a lot of water to make sure that the flow in my body in terms of hydration is set up. What also can happen is that if we don't breathe enough oxygen, again, the body recognizes it, nervous system, and says that, okay, there is something wrong, guards up again. So wall down, and this is the autonomic nervous system that we talk about. So this is not something that is going to ask for permission to put the guards up. When there is the guards, like the wall between you, then you are not going out, you are not coming in either. So the wall separates you from others. You might feel alone. You might feel that you're stuck behind the wall and you want to get out. You want to try and muscle your way through or break through those walls, but the walls are only there because you are in the fight or flight nervous system mode. So the autonomous nervous system is not going to ask permission. It will simply put down the wall, and then you don't really notice it until, there is not a warning signal that boop, 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 fight or flight mode activated, because it's so subtle, as in breathing out water from your system, you get dehydrated. So through the breathing, you're breathing water out. So it's a very, very slow process. Therefore, it's not very obvious. Also with the breathing, simply, if you sit on the couch, and the way most couches are designed is that you have to kind of lean forward a bit, which will restrict your breathing in terms of the lung capacity. So you're not breathing enough oxygen in there and you don't notice it. Or maybe your chair is not good in the office, so you have to sort of put your elbows forward to be able to support you comfortably, which again is restricting your breathing, so you don't bring enough oxygen into your lungs, also in your brain. So the brain will say, the nervous system will say that, ooh, watch out, fight or flight. So it's not the typical fight or flight as you have to fight someone or run for your life. It's just in terms of the nervous system, okay, not enough oxygen, guards up. Let's protect our body. And again, the wall comes down before, even without noticing it. So that's why it's very important to pay attention to our breathing, which is probably through the body posture, hydration, and also rhythm. Rhythm, you have the breathing rhythm, and also you have the heartbeat. So what you can do is you can pace yourself through your breathing and sync your mind and your body together, which is easily done if you take deep breaths and blow them out, and deep breath in, deep breath and breath out, breathe out. So, but you do it for the same time. as in it's rhythmic. So it's, let's say, 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out, 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. And this is a driver to keep you in this state. What is important that you don't leave any gaps. So it's continuous breathing, which means that you breathe in, and then as you have filled your lungs, you straight away breathe out, and then you empty the air from your lungs, and without any hesitation you breathe in. So you do this for 3 to 5 minutes, you will feel that automatically, just because you put more oxygen in your lungs and in your body, in your brain, you will feel differently, maybe even a little bit dizzy, but you change your state, your nervous system state, and you will feel much lighter, easier, you will be snappier, clearer, and this is what you can do very easily. So probably the easiest way to do this is not imagining something new, but simply remembering a state a day when you had this feeling. So just, if you want to match a frequency, like the happiness frequency, it is very easy if you recreate that feeling in your body. And how can you do it? So you have drunk enough water, you have recalled the memory, the day that you had in your mind, let's check, and then you can feel the breathing in your body. Simply remembering and breathing that same way when you have that positive experience will automatically put you in that happy state in a few minutes. And then, so when you have this, you probably already overcame that feeling of being stuck. But the other thing that you want to do is, okay, so now I feel ready, I feel capable, I might even know what I need to do in terms of moving forward. I am going to select the goal that I want to achieve, that ideal outcome, and write down a few words about it. So I'm going to translate that experience into words, also feeling words, and I'm going to try and be more and more clear about it. However, you only do this when you know that you are in that positive state, because when you are behind your own walls, really, then you don't want to effort. It won't work. You won't be able to remember positive things while your guards are down, and especially you might be able to remember, but your creativity, like creating a new ideal outcome for you, your ideal future, is not going to work. So you want to sit down and think about these things when you already know, okay, so now I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone, so I'm going to sit down. I know exactly that, okay, so maybe it's an ideal outcome. It's a number that I want to achieve. Okay, but how does that number, that consistent, easily achievable income that you want to reach, maybe $5,000 from your coaching business, what does it mean? So in terms of, okay, so if I get $5,000 more, then, and I'm able to consistently and most of all easily and in fun ways achieve that, where I have that, so I have already changed, I'm a different kind of me. How does it translate to all other areas in my life? How does it change my family dynamics? Because it's not only more money coming in, but I have already changed. I'm a different person, can do this easily. So in terms of the relationship that I have with my environment, everything changes as well. So how happy would be my partner, my family, how what would it translate into? Maybe better transportation to get around. Maybe it would be different gym membership. I don't know. Really, you have to translate this to you and create a new habit of doing this, which means that if it's something that you do daily, even for 5 minutes, you read or listen to a recording that you had about this experience day after day, then you will easily remember it. And then add a little bit more to it. It's like drawing a big picture. You start with a very small area, then you add a little bit more to it, a little bit more, and it gets clearer and clearer and clearer. And since you deliberately add fun things to it, so you are not efforting through, this is something I can already do easily and I really enjoy it and it's fun, this is going to become something very attractive, an ideal outcome to you that you actually want to achieve. So it draws your attention to itself and it is a lot of fun. So you actually want to do it. Like, how can I make it even better? How can I make it even better? So it's not a chore. It will feel like, ooh, okay, this is cool. I'm building my own life one step at a time. And you do it consistently and it will prime your brain to do to that certain frequency that you want to tune yourself to. And it will not only change your feeling in your body, but also will create a new thinking pattern in you.